What is happening, Internet? J Gaming Dude here, and I'm going to be doing another post-platinum game review basically, and I'm going to be doing it of Black Desert Online. Now, Black Desert Online is basically a Korean developed MMO, and you may have actually noticed I don't actually have the platinum yet, and that's only because I'm missing one trophy for hitting level 50. And the thing is that I wanted to record the actual review during the time I'm going for this, because once I hit level 50, I'll activate PvP, and I really don't want to play the game with PvP active, because this is going to be a bit of a shocker. I don't actually like the game very much, because Black Desert immediately from the offset does a terrible job at bringing new players in. There feels like there's no actual introduction to the game's story, and it tries to kind of overload you with a bunch of crap that doesn't feel all that important, if anything at all. Basically, the tutorial barely explained anything. It gave you a bunch of items, most of which you probably won't know what it does, and until you play a decent amount of the game, you probably still won't even understand. And more often than not, whenever I played through the game, I ended up getting a lot of information from the wiki, because I had to Google things up and look it up and do that sort of thing. The story is because of how bad the initial bit of the story was, I just started skipping through all the cutscenes, and I basically just didn't care and didn't follow the story at all. So I think that the story is absolutely rubbish. That's the first thing. The second thing, the UI is absolutely god-awful. So unless you're playing with a keyboard and mouse and on PC, I cannot honestly recommend this game in any way, shape, or form. And as far as MMOs go, I would recommend you play Terra over this game any day of the week. And even then, while I didn't like Terra that much, at least it had some fun elements in its gameplay with action-oriented style. For this game though, I feel like I was always lagging every single time I've been playing this game. Also, a lot of the trophies in the game, just to provide a bit of context, basically I did almost all of the trophies AFK. Say for example, earning contribution points, most of that was done through playing story missions, which is when I wasn't AFK, but at the end I did go AFK to do a bunch of cooking to kind of get this trophy in the end. The explorer trophies that are unlocked automatically as part of the story, if you're playing through it a bit, eventually you will get it. Horse training, that can 100% be done AFK. Processing level 41, so you're processing items over and over again, and you can do hundreds if not thousands of items just pressing a button and letting it do its thing. And of course fishing, that can 100% be done AFK. And gathering, that one I had to do actively. So basically a significant majority of the game's trophies I had done AFK, and so basically I kind of really don't have anything positive to say about the game, because I feel more incentivized to play AFK than actually play actively. And you might be thinking to yourself something along the lines of that, hey, if you've never played an MMO before, that's pretty much par for the course, that there should be information overload from the beginning, and that most of your time should be spent googling, browsing wikis, rather than actually playing the game. But the thing is that all of that completely falls flat on its face, especially when I bring up one very specific game, Final Fantasy XIV. I personally don't play a lot of multiplayer games. I don't play a lot of online games. In fact, I hate playing online games. But Final Fantasy XIV helped me appreciate and like the idea of playing an MMO, playing with other people. It was beneficial. The gameplay was great. The way it kind of introduces you to you playing with other people is great. And if you find a good group of people, you'll have a lot of fun. And in fact, the community for Final Fantasy XIV is absolutely bloody incredible as well. So I have nothing but good things to say about Final Fantasy XIV. In fact, in my opinion, I think it's one of the best MMOs that I've personally ever played, and that's coming from someone who doesn't play very many MMOs. So if you're going to make an MMO on console, ideally you do want to at least adapt it to controls basically, but this game does such an exceptionally poor job at it that it hurts its overall experience. And like I said, the whole overload information from the beginning is extremely detrimental and doesn't actually help you get into the world. In fact, it kind of pushes you away, and that's exactly what it did for me. Was I just started skipping all of the cutscenes. It's the same thing that happened with the first Descendant. I was going to say the last Descendant. I have a habit of saying that, but I did do a review on the first Descendant. I'll link that into the description below. But basically, that post-platinum review was also very negative, because I just did not like the way anything was presented, and it felt like very much a very bad clone of Warframe in every sense of the word. And this is just a very poorly done MMO, in my opinion. The fact that it's lasted as long as it has almost surprises and shocks me in a lot of ways. And like I said, I think Final Fantasy XIV has a significantly better story in every way, shape, or form, and it actually made me want to care about the characters, actually follow the story, and actually play through it more than I think I would have personally ever done so. But this game actively makes me want to, actively pushes me away from playing it. And once I've unlocked the platinum, I'm going to delete this game, which will create 60 gigs of space on my hard drive, and I will never look back. Even if the PS5 version drops, unless I'm able to auto pop the platinum, I'm probably never going to go back to this game, because the trophies are just, they're a grind for sure, and they can be done a lot quicker if you played the game actively. But the thing is that I was playing this game passively while AFK, and me playing a completely different game, earning trophies in the other game instead of playing this mess of a game. But yeah, I kind of don't really have much in the way of positive things to say. I can at least say that the game looks cool, and I think that the game has a cool art style. I think that some of the locations are also pretty cool. But the thing is that the writing is awful, the subtitles and voicing are not done particularly well, the voice acting as a whole is just poorly done, and in fact hurts me to my very core to listen to the point where I spent, like I said, majority of the time playing the game, like 99% of the time that I spent playing this game was muted on my TV while I skipped through every cutscene imaginable. And sure, the story, at least initially, seems to have some interesting ideas about this black spirit that follows you around. But I don't really truly understand what his deal is, because like I said, I've been skipping the cutscenes. I don't know what the heck is going on. So, who knows at this point. But basically, it's just not worth it, if I'm being completely honest, to even jump into this game. And you might be wondering to yourself, well, you're playing this game and you spent a ton of time on it. Why? And my answer to that question is basically, it's only because I wanted to get the platinum before the game shut down. I was curious about Black Desert Online for the longest time, and that's why I wanted to jump in, earn the platinum, pop out, and say that at least I played it, tried it, and whether I liked it or not, gave it a bit of a shot. Gave it enough of a try, but even then, I don't think I really gave this game a shot, just because of how I've been staying away from it for a majority of the time that I was playing it. So, like I said, it's just not beneficial in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. Basically, I feel like I've just been I feel like this review is just me comparing it to Final Fantasy XIV, which is one of the MMOs I played almost an extensive period of time, enough to where I can at least compare this and that game and tell you for sure that this game just sucks in comparison. It pales. It's like just almost detrimentally bad. I'm just going to stop my horse here to level up to level 50 before I end the review. You might be thinking to yourself, well, why make a review when you're going to be spending most of your time not even playing the game? And the thing is that I don't really know. I mean, I'm making this this review from the perspective of a trophy hunter. And I just really don't know what more there is to say. I just played the game in the way I played the game. I don't know what else to really mention, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, here we go. So summon and talk to the Black Spirit on how to get stronger. So let's actually go through and talk to the Black Spirit and do exactly that. So, what should I pick? I choose to grow stronger. Good choice. No take backsies. You're sure, right? Hehe. So yeah, when you complete the quest to level 50 and beyond, do note PvP is activated from level 50. And hell, I don't really know much about level 50, if I'm being completely honest. And they really are just like, bumping it into my head, oh, PvP is going to be active and stuff like that. Let's see. Now, I am currently looking up the, just Googling around to see, like, where this item is, why it's not in my, like, this glass memory piece, like, why I haven't got it yet. Because I should have it, but now I need to, like, Google why don't I have it, like, not glass, clear memory piece, there we go. Yeah, so there's apparently like a bug report going on at the moment that people don't receive the memory piece. I open the chat and the item does not show up. There is no item, you only have to chat with the black spirit. Hold on, what? So all we have to do is chat? Like, I've chatted with him. So then do I need to do something? Like, maybe kill a monster? This is basically like me just showing you that, like, oh yeah, there we go. Now, I don't know how the heck yeah. Well, anyway, it is what it is. I've unlocked the platinum. I think we're good here. Basically, those are my thoughts on the game. Not a fan, don't like it, can't recommend it. And I honestly would not recommend it if you are even remotely interested. Maybe you can play it for a bit, but if you're on console, this game is going to be shutting down on PS4 and Xbox One. So if you want to get the platinum, get onto the game real quick, because you're not going to have a fun time trying to get all the achievements in a single month. But with all of that being said, however, let me know what you guys think about my thoughts on this game. If you played this game, whether or not you like or dislike Black Desert Online. This all had to be done in one take because I did want to earn the platinum during the video, because again, this whole PvP nonsense, now I have to Google what the heck that even means anymore, and just a bunch of other stuff. But honestly, I think I'm just going to close the game and just delete it at this point. I don't think there's much more to say or to do. So yeah, just like I said, comment below, like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel. I'm aiming for 500 subs by the end of the year. And with all that being said, I do upload every day, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Or at least as soon as, like, you know, this game deletes. Yeah, there we go. All done. Nothing more to say.